Yeah, not bad. What's up, people? How are we all doing? It is late night. I got the lights on in the car, obviously. But I only have a short 1,000-foot drive to the gym, so... Diet Coke? Yep, you betcha, Diet Coke. Damn right, Diet Coke. It's hot in SoCal. It is hot in SoCal. It is 81 degrees right now, and it is 8:30 p.m. It's definitely warm. I had a good day. I had a very productive day. Had to get some stuff going. I have a webinar on Wednesday for you all who are interested in fat loss. I'm going to be talking about that in the webinar for an hour or so. Do you guys want to hop on that? Anyways, so where are we at? 6 people. All right, let's get to talking about the myth of finding quality woman. So I got asked a question earlier today in a tweet, and I can't remember who the gentleman was that asked it, unfortunately. But his question was, hey Jack, where do you go to find quality girls? Where do you go to find quality women that are not on Instagram, that are, I guess, maybe like, Instagram, thoughts, if you want to say it that way. Where do you go to find these women? I thought about this question for a bit, actually. Actually, I gave it some thought. As I realized what he was asking is something a lot of young men have asked me, and it's a serious question. Where can I go to find a good woman? Does a good woman exist? Now, this is not about the myth that I'm not about to tell you that there's no such thing as a good woman. That's bullshit. The quality woman don't really exist. No, there is absolutely such a thing to the levels of people. There's absolutely such a thing to the levels of men and women. There are classy ladies. There are thots. THOTS. That's 100% true. And obviously, you could say the same thing about the gentlemen. You have men that are upstanding men. You have men that are guys. You have men that are bros. You have men that are dudes. You have men that they can barely act like boys. So 100%, without question, there are levels of maturation, levels of desirability, levels of attraction, levels of development, levels of femininity, levels of masculinity. There are levels to people. So are there such a thing as quality woman? Yeah, absolutely there are. Absolutely. Now, that said, though, that the question with that is, well, where do you go to find these women? Are they all hanging out in the same place? And this idea, I find it's a funny idea. It's a funny idea. And like I said, I understand what's being asked. Is there a geographical location of sorts? Is there a place to go to where, I guess, like all the good women hang out? And I've heard various responses to this. I've heard guys say, well, go to church. Church girls can be great girls. Church girls can be trashy girls. I don't know that church generically is going to make a girl a good girl. Maybe, it might be higher up, so to speak. Maybe it's more higher probability. Maybe not. Cooking class. Yeah, and then I've heard recommendations. Well, go do yoga. Okay, because there's lots of women in yoga. And then you'll hear women say, "Oh, how dare you suggest go to yoga to meet women?" But then those same women will date a guy they met in yoga class. But speaking to the fact that if you go to these specific places, maybe the good women are there. I think with all this, guys, there's a certain point that's being missed. I would say that you can meet a good woman anywhere, but are you let's say a good guy? And I don't mean that in the sense that you are a supplicating, whimpering simp. Are you an upstanding man? And are you a guy that, if nothing else, can you actually vet? Are you able to vet women? That doesn't get talked about enough. I've met great women everywhere. I've met great women at bars. I've met girls at clubs. I've met girls in classes I've taken. I've met women standing in line somewhere. There are good women everywhere. But do you know to look for them? Are you able to have that conversation? Are you able to vet? Vet meaning, are you able to have a conversation where you can strike up some dialogue with somebody and you can ascertain within, let's just say a few minutes conversation, whether it's someone that's worth talking to or someone where they don't have much to offer you. Can you figure that out? For a lot of you guys, you don't seem to have any capability to be discerning with the women that you meet. And the women that you meet are a reflection of yourself. I will say this 100%. I'll say this to my own personal experience. The more that I have gone up in life, so to speak, as a man, the more successful I become, the more confident I've become, the more prosperous I become, the more the more I have matured throughout the course of my life, the better the women I have met. And that doesn't mean that I have met older women. That just goes, just period. Because women that have poise, women that have some class to them, women that have some self-respect, you could say, women that are graceful, women that are very feminine, they look for men who are complementary opposites to themselves. So, yeah, you could say, well, those women, you know, you could go the red pill route and say, well, those women will, you know, open their legs for any fucking guy and you're full of shit, this is romanticism. It's not. It's not. People look for a reflection of themselves in a way. We are looking for our oppositional mirror. If you're a young guy and you're in your early 20s and you don't have anything that you're about, you don't have, you know, let's say you're struggling to get by, you're just one level above broke, you're taking, you know, rides with your boys and you guys are sharing gas with each other, you don't have a sense of masculinity that way, where you're fully developed that way, no, you're not probably going to meet women, let's say, that are of a, you know, let's say, a high feminine standard, but you're not much of a man at that point. And I say that not to be denigrating, but that's just facts. Myself at 21, yeah, I was good with girls. I couldn't say that who I was at 21 was a better man than the man I am now, 9 years later. I'm far more developed in my qualities and my assets and my abundance and what I have to offer somebody, unequivocally. Yeah, and this is why men, as they get older, tend to meet better women in general, because they are more mature, because they do have more abundance to them, because they are financially more successful, because they are able to speak and they have poise and they have confidence and they have experience. You have all these things. For you young guys, or even for you, you know, maybe you older guys, where you're wondering, well, where am I going to go meet a good girl? How good of a man are you? You have to ask yourself that question. Women are drawn, you know, women are drawn towards ego. Women are drawn to confident men who display a sense of future, who display a sense of prosperity. Women are drawn to men where they can look at them and they are high energy in that way. And that guy is exciting. That guy is someone I'm going to have new experiences with. That guy has passion for something. That man, let us say, not just that guy, that man, he is thrilling that way. Women look for these things, and they may not say this explicitly, obviously, but this is the vibe that they're hoping to find. So the younger guys are wondering where the quality women are. They're probably all around you. Honestly, you're just not enough of a man to attract them. Women are drawn to the opposites of what they actually want. It's not a paradox. It's not a paradox. I don't want to get into the RP, alpha fucks, beta bucks thing. It's not a paradox. Women are drawn to the full spectrum of what masculinity is. No one ever frames it that way. You guys like to get in these AB models where women are either attracted to this or they're attracted to that. Women are attracted to many things.